In this video, I will show you 23 house designs, from the kitchen, living area, and up to the bedrooms. This will help you a lot to improve your designs. I will also show you some custom stuff that I've made, like this orange tree, and more. This is a compilation video, so like and subscribe if like this kind of stuff. It's free, and you can always change your mind. So enjoy the rest of the video. Started this book oasis by creating an optical illusion using these book nooks to make it look like they are stacked on top of each other. And of course we need to cover up the flaws and gaps, so I put some plants and books in it. You can experiment with this illusion, try it with different furniture. You will definitely love this if you like book bedrooms. You can add this to your arsenal. Now let me show you how to make this citrus lantern tree. I started it by placing a snowy log tree, then I placed these citrus trees with their roots behind the lantern. Let's make another one on the other side, and then put this coastal canvas as if it were hanging from a tree. I don't know if this can be called a bedroom, but at least you can sleep in a hammock. And of course, let's do the same on the other side. I covered the legs of the canvas with a radio and a basket, so that it really looks like it's hanging. What do you think of this design? Comment down below. You can also place this citrus lantern tree inside the house. It's a bit tricky to place because you need a pot to put the citrus tree in. Use the smallest pot possible, like this ceramic pot. Also, don't forget to place furniture on the right side of the tree to cover the flaws. I really like this shiny office partition when I'm doing Japanese themed designs. And of course, some tatami furniture to match the theme of our design. Today, I will teach you how to make this custom window. First, I put this nautical lantern that will act as a chain. Then, put any partition you want. This partition will act as a sliding door. And lastly, put any scenery you want here, like this beach scenery. Or, you can also use this Wild West scenery. But I really prefer this beach scenery. This also works with wall shelves, and it will look like a bookshelf drawer. You will save a lot of space if you do this instead of putting bulky bookshelves. You can also use this nautical lantern on the west countertop to make it look like it's chained to the wall. We often see this design in medieval times or dungeons. By the way, I'm happy that they added a new furnace variant. It's perfect for vintage-themed designs. Now let's make this small sakura tree by placing sakura planter and this sakura plant as a base of the tree. Then let's place these roses at the end of the branch of this sakura plant to make it look more like a tree. And don't forget to use the smallest pot possible, like this ceramic pot. Now, let's make a pink bedroom that one of our subscribers has been requesting for a long time. I used flowers here and sakura items to fit the theme of our design. Let's start this king's bed by placing a burning brazier. You can do this by simply placing a campfire on top of the brazier. And of course the king needs to be safe, so I made a big palace gate using this dust cabinet. Now let's add the king's bed, and next to it is a king's throne, where you can relax. And finally, let's put a study table here to do some research on how to make a perfect carrot juice. Now, let's build my final design for this video, the Benny's Castle. I won't talk here, so please enjoy the rest of the video. hope you like it. Let's make a modern living area. I started it by making this simple entertainment area and used this vault as speakers and this Pippi's painting for monitor. I use this loop board as gaming console so that you can play with your friends. I use this comfy sofa because it really fits modern designs. Hopefully Rapbot will add more modern furniture, like a real TV or more gaming setups. Now, I'm gonna teach you how to make this orange tree. This is inspired by this Reddit post where he made a beautiful looking tree using this withered tree and citrus trees. So I'm gonna make my own style. I started it by stacking lady palm plant. Stack them and rotate them alternately. Then, put these mandarins from the Cathay set at the tip of the leaves. Now let's make a body of this tree, and the real challenge here is this bamboo. We all know that bamboo looks different every time you plant it. So, we're gonna do some trial and error here until we get the right bamboo that fits perfectly in our tree. Now, let's do the rest. I use the garden sofa here because it fits perfectly in the outdoors living area. Of course, let's do the other side too, and let's rotate this orange tree to the other side. This harvest set is also great for outdoor living areas, especially the hay bale. I actually ordered a lot of these. Now, let's make a spring living area, and I started it by placing partitions and hedges for some privacy. Then, I made a large citrus tree. I chose a pot of my choice and placed the citrus trees alternately. Next, I rotated them to make the leaves as firm as possible. Now, let's make a grand living area using garden furniture and spring furniture. I also make another citrus tree here to make it balance. I really love how this spring living area is so colorful and lively, especially this wheelbarrow. Then, let's make a living area extension here. I also use sakura items here to match the theme of our living area. Now, let's make a Japanese-themed living area, and I started it by putting an office partition. I also put another partition here to make it look like a sliding door. I also made a big citrus tree here using this frozen tree. I stacked these citrus trees like this and put this tatami table to cover the flaws of our tree. Now, let's do the rest. Shiny mahogany furniture and tatami furniture are really fits in Japanese-themed designs. Let's create a cabin-style living area by using rusty furniture. I also use spring furniture here to match our current season, which is spring season. And of course, we can't forget the botanicals in rustic-themed houses, so I add these hanging flower and flower wagon. This is very straightforward design, but not the next one. I'll teach you how to make this burning fire effect on the brazier. It's actually a campfire on top of the brazier. The brazier doesn't need to be on fire, but it looks cooler when there is fire, of course. Now, let's make a living area, and I started it by placing these knights like guards. Then I use this chair because we don't have a sofa yet in this set. Let's make a study area here by using these shelves and this medieval study table. I really love this chair actually. But what about you? What's your favorite in this set? I hope you like this video. If you love garden-themed houses, you will love this kitchen. I did this by making a circular pattern of plants. And as you can see, I started it from the biggest plant all the way to the smallest plant. I used a wooden sink here because this place in Chai's house is quite small. This is perfect for outdoors or indoors garden areas. If you like kitchens that have an open space, you'll love this coastal-themed kitchen. This is an open kitchen. I built it like a C shape, which is wide and blank in the middle. You can put things in the middle like tables or stools if you want. It's perfect if you want a house that's a bit spacious in the middle. If you want a vintage-like design, you will love this kitchen. It looks like a kitchen from an abandoned house in the woods. I used an overgrown set here, and I used that traditional stone stove and a wooden pond for the sink. I also used crates and chests for storage rooms because we didn't use a fridge here. Now, let's build a rustic kitchen. The rustic kitchen is usually old-fashioned and traditional, so I used crates for storages. And of course, we need some botanicals, so I used this flower wagon and flower wall that really fits in rustic-themed designs. This design is awesome if you want a rustic-style design or an old granny-style house. Now, let's build an outdoor kitchen. I started it by putting up walls or partitions. It is necessary in outdoor kitchens so that you can cook properly. You can use feudal dividers here if you want some Asian looks. I used the snowy log table here to store some necessary items. This is perfect for an outdoors kitchen, like in this Mocha's balcony or outside of Chi's house. This kitchen is unique. I have done this design in my previous videos. This is the Viking kitchen. The Viking kitchen is usually exposed in the middle of the house, so I use this feudal hearth for this design. It is perfect if you want a Viking-themed designs. Have you ever seen a restaurant kitchen? That's what we're going to do here. So we're going to make a maze here, using these dividers that we're going to put in the middle. You can also use partitions here, or make it bigger if you want a massive restaurant kitchen. This design is good if you want to build restaurants, especially in Mocha's place. This is common kitchen design these days. It's a simple kitchen with a countertop in front. But it's also one of the most beautiful kitchens you can make. This is perfect if you love modern house designs, so be sure to include it in every design you make. If you like a stall-like kitchen, you will like this design. So basically, it's a kitchen surrounded by tables and countertops. This design is beautiful outdoors, like the town hall. You can make a food stall there using this design. So now, let's make an ancient Greek kitchen. This is the biggest kitchen I will ever do. We will make a palace kitchen, and palace kitchens are usually large in ancient times, so we will use the entire second floor of the treehouse. We will of course use old-fashioned cooking tools here, such as stone stove for stove, wooden pond for sink, crates and chests for storage rooms. we need a support for our kitchen. So I use these marble pillars for that. I also use these marble waterfalls for our water source. And it's pretty clean actually.